Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this is my husband Brandon.
Hello.
And we're gonna do, this is my second tag video. I just did the Christmas one, and now I'm doing, I think it's like Fiber Tag or Fiber Friends Tag. I've seen Debbie do it, Zach Stout, and so I thought it'd be fun to see if my husband listens to me when I chat about my endless crochet, because I know I don't probably always listen to him.
I always listen.
When he's talking about his 3D art. A side note, we have a friend over playing ball with the kids, and so they're loud and squeaky, and so that might be happening in the background. Okay, so here, honey, would you like to say anything first other than hi?
I do pay attention, although I may not get them all right.
Okay, so the first question is, do you know what a whip is?
It's a work in progress.
Very good. That was an easy one. So we're warming up. Here's another one. It's another one like whip. Do you know what a UFO is?
Unidentified flying object.
That is like the traditional, but let's think crochet or knit.
No idea.
It would be an unfinished object.
Oh, also known as a whip.
No, because it's like a whip is something you're working on, and an unfinished object is kind of like in a bag under the craft table back there. Do you know what a chain is?
It's a bunch of stitches together, I think.
Sort of. I mean, it's stitches, but it's the start of crochet.
Okay.
Every project starts with chain, like chain 70. That's usually when I'm counting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I patiently wait to speak anymore because I can see she's counting.
He does. And every once in a while I'll be like, so I know a lot of you do this too, where you're like 5, 6, 7. Just to let everyone know that you're counting. You're not just ignoring them. Do you know what a hooker is?
It is a person who loves to crochet or knit.
Yes. That again is the topic area we're in, not another type of topic. Okay, do you know what it means to be bistitual?
Bistitual. To love multiple disciplines of making fiber art? I have no idea.
I think that's close enough. It's like typically would fall into the category of knitting and crochet. You knit and you crochet.
Okay.
But I mean, you could, I'm trying, maybe loom knitting if that's different than regular knitting. But yeah, the two main ones, right? Do you know what a yarn barf is?
A yarn barf. Maybe like showing everybody your stash.
I mean, that's a good idea for it.
I have no idea.
So if
I've never heard her say yarn barf.
Yarn barf or yarn vomit?
Yeah, never.
Never?
Mm-hmm.
So yarn barf is when if you're doing a center pull out of your yarn, and a big chunk comes out that's tangled.
And you have to
like pull
that separately.
Yeah, that separate chunk oftentimes is called a yarn barf. Like your yarn's barfed out. I did once see a really funny post where a gal had pulled the center pull out, and it was almost she must have pulled kind of deep in there, and it came out almost another skein of yarn. She says, look, my yarn had a baby. Do you remember if I showed you that? Oh, okay. Anyway, do you know what a cake is?
Yes, it's like that. It's a flatter, wider ball of yarn.
Yeah. Yep. Multicolored usually. Yeah, the Karen cakes, right? Cakes. Do you know what a hank is?
A hank is the like loosely back and forth wound. It's not really wound, but you have to put it into a cake in order to crochet.
So it's the twisted one.
It's really slack. Yeah, it's this.
There you go. There's a hank. Yep. And then I usually make those into cakes. Do you know what a stash is in the crochet knit world?
This area right behind me. This is what happens when you can't stash it anymore.
You run out. You just have to be open with it.
It moves from a stash to a lair at a certain point.
Or a crafty corner.
Or a corner.
Yes.
Which I'm sure will evolve into a craft room.
As soon as my daughter moves out. then her room will be my craft room. Okay.
Or a computer room.
You know, a stash is when, I think personally, when I just stop trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Stop trying to stash it in the drawer and in the cabinet and under my bed. I just like, you know what? It's coming out.
It was that point where she realized I wasn't going to divorce her for the amount of yarn she bought.
And then my mom gave me a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, so he knows what a stash is. Here's Flinny. Hello, Flinny.
You done?
Do you know what it means to frog?
Yes, it is to lay something out wet and in an attempt to flatten it out.
So I totally love that you described blocking.
Blocking. Oh,
that's blocking. Frogging is when you rip something out and you rip it, and it turns into frogging.
So clever.
Do you know what worsted is?
It's a weight of yarn.
Very good. I feel like that's a technical one. Do you know what it means to play yarn chicken?
Yarn chicken. Maybe to like package your work. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
So yarn chicken is when you are finishing up a project or working, usually finishing up, and you see that you're running out of yarn. And you want to try to finish the project.
Stitches or something?
Not really, but you want to finish the project before you run out of yarn. And you lose if you run out of yarn and you have like 2 stitches left. And you win if you finish it and you have yarn left over.
So it's a guessing game?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And sometimes you can adjust your hook size so that you can win.
I know, I've seen you do do certain things or whatever just to make sure that you have enough yarn to
count it out, combo stitches.
Pull it back out so she has a little more to use.
Yep. So yeah, so you've seen me play yarn chicken, you just didn't know that that was the name.
I had no idea. There is no relationship between a chicken and conservation
of yarn.
But
well, I think, okay, so the last one is kind of a hard one to say. It's like usually something you would type, but it would be hoth or joth. Kind of like kind of like how whip and UFO stand for something. Hoth and joth are similar acronyms. Is that what that was called? Where you use letters to represent a...
No idea.
So hoth is hot off the hook, and joth is just off the hook. And usually you type that if you're going to post in a crochet group that you just finished a project. It's hot off the hook, although this wasn't off the hook. It's needles. But anyway.
This video will soon be joth.
No, because it's not on a hook.
I know, but I mean freshly made.
Freshly made. But yeah, I think you did really good. I didn't total up how many you got right or wrong, but overall, you definitely listened to me. But it was still kind of fun.
I try.
He tries. All right, folks, that's all. And until, I think the next video, now that I got these 2 tags done, will be a project type video. But until then, happy crafting. Bye.
Like and subscribe.